Mm. That's a very good cake. That's a fantastic cake. We're not here for the cake though. We're here to react to the press conference, Thomas Tuchel press conference up against Tottenham Hotspurs coming up very soon.
All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
Back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. Look, this is not the preview. We'll do a preview tomorrow, UK time, approximately 11 a.m. UK, live, where we'll do a preview. Ishan will be here as well. But this, we want to take the opportunity to react to Thomas Tuchel's press conference that was for the Spurs game coming up. And obviously quite a lot of bit of information, a lot of conversation that's been had. And we're going to try and see, give my opinion. I'm going to try and see to give my opinion and then also see what you guys have to say about it. A couple of other news as well, some crazy stuff that's been going around that I want to share with you guys in regards to Chelsea news. So let's get on with it, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, from the press conference, Thomas Tuchel was asked about who's available and whatnot in terms of the injury front. This is what Thomas Tuchel had to say. We have a time frame on Reece James' return, but won't make it public. So Reece James is in individual training so far, away from being with the squad for Sunday's game. Trevor Chalobah is back, but it's too early. Same squad. So basically, nothing drastic. Reece James has come back, but he's in individual training. He's nowhere near a return date as yet. They obviously know there was initial assessment that said by the end of March, so still a couple of months away, to be honest. And that's probably the right time frame. And Trevor Chalobah is back training, but he's not going to be fit enough for this particular match coming up against Spurs. And we all know the situation with Ben Chilwell. And everyone else is as is. Andres Christensen obviously still isolating from testing positive. So nothing big from this particular injury front. Let's go to the next one. Thomas Tuchel on Spurs. It's a big game. It's strange to look at fixtures, teams competing at the same area of the table and have 4 games less. This can lead to a wrong impression of being completely ahead, which we are not. This is the thing. I mean, I was speaking to my younger brother yesterday that, we need to stop these game postponements. To have one team having 4 less games than the other is quite mad. I know it's the pandemic and it's not a normal situation. It's been like this for the past 2 years, but we now need to find for future, matches that we don't have these postponements. I don't think it's fair to have one team, and in this case, in the Premier League, there's several teams that are behind not just 4 games, 3 games, 2 games. It can't be like that. Maybe 1 game, that used to be the norm, and we need to try and get back to that, to be honest. Too many postponements. Teams now need to do their level best to put up a team, whether you need to give academy players a go or whatnot. Look at us. We've always put up a game. We've not had one of our games postponed when you've got multiple teams having their games postponed. So we need to get into a situation where there's a level field so that when you're moving into a new weekend or a midweek where a new match week is about to start, so everyone knows where things are. Now we're in a situation where Chelsea, we're in this false impression that we're ahead. Spurs did a madness against Leicester, and they could possibly have an advantage. They may not have an advantage as well. It depends. They could possibly play some of these matches that they need to catch up on quite frequently in between. So we'll see how they are able to handle that. But at the same time, it is a false impression where Chelsea's at on the table. Thomas Tuchel on Spurs. They know what we do. We know what we do. We managed to beat them twice. We will do everything to beat them again. We have to beat them. The bottom line, we have to beat them because this is a direct rival and they're competing for top 4. We need to beat them and ensure that it's not a dogfight for top four. And look, it probably is already. It probably is. Thomas Tuchel, we're in the spotlight. We are judged, all of us. That's daily business. If you're the decisive player, people talk about you. If not, some people talk about you. I think this was in regards to a question that was about Romelu Lukaku, whether he's unfairly criticized and this and that. And this is what Thomas Tuchel replied with. And this comes with the territory. You are a Chelsea footballer. You're a Chelsea football player. You're going to be in the spotlight, as Thomas Tuchel said. You need to know how to deal with it. Going away and doing interviews sneakily, that's probably not the way to deal with it. The way you deal with it is you work hard, you show your commitment on the field, and you leave it all out there. You leave it all out there. So completely understand Thomas Tuchel. Thomas Tuchel has been handling this situation very well. He gets asked about Romelu Lukaku's situation on a daily basis every time he faces a press conference. I'm sure he's fed up with it right now. Thomas Tuchel on Ousmane Dembele. He's a very good player. He's in top level. I'm very fortunate to have trained him. It was only 1 year in Dortmund. Should have been longer. We need to understand it's only 1 year that he trained him. I needed to leave, and he decided to leave. From there, we aren't in close contact. He then goes on to say that every time Dembele was in France for French duty, because obviously Thomas Tuchel was part of the PSG setup. He was the manager there. They would exchange messages. They may catch up and whatnot. You can see, you can sense, there's a vibe. Thomas Tuchel wants Ousmane Dembele. You can feel it. The way he talks about him, you can feel, because if he wasn't interested, you generally see a manager straight away come to a comment that he's a player of another club when we're not looking to talk about another club. Like, they normally say that, but he's very, very, he's, I don't know whether he's purposely doing it just to put the word out there in public. He's actually quite positive about the player and saying some nice things, and saying the fact that he trained him as well. So he's giving out a lot of information, which makes me think he wants this player. He wants this player. So watch this space. There's some latest information coming up that Chelsea are interested to do this business in January. Barcelona are looking to get rid of him so that they can make some sort of money. He's only got 5 more months left. So you can understand from both sides. People are saying, why don't we wait till the end of his contract finishes? We can just get him for free. But Barcelona is adamant to get rid of him to make some sort of money. That's probably why he's getting pushed to be sold. That's why there's that interest. So Chelsea apparently are keen to do this business. So watch this space. Ousmane Dembele could be a Chelsea player. Whether we need him, it's mad. We've got so many attackers already. Add Ousmane Dembele when we are looking for wing backs, which seems like we're not getting a wing back. It's quite mad. Who's already, some of our attackers are not getting any game time, and then you throw in Ousmane Dembele with all the history that he has in terms of his injury. I just don't know. I just don't know. And the wage demands as well is going to be quite crazy, which will further unsettle some of the players. I kid you not. Thomas Tuchel on Ousmane Dembele. He's in a situation, I have no idea why, what the detail is. I know how I feel about it when it's my player, so it's better not to talk. So it's talking about, obviously, his contract coming to an end at Barcelona. Thomas Tuchel on Andres Christensen. No, not with me, with the team yet. We hope is back in training next week. There's some latest news about Christensen as well, that there is no chance of a Chelsea contract extension. Looks like he will be heading out. This is the latest. Bayern Munich, Barcelona, they're in the background looking to sign this player. He's going to be on free. And look, this will probably happen. And he's not happy with the contract that's been offered apparently by Chelsea. I don't understand. He was happy. Now he's not happy. It's too much up and down with this player. For me, he can go. Thomas Tuchel on Antonio Conte's previous comment on difference between Chelsea and Spurs, which I get confused by the comment of last matches and the ambition they will show up. He will prepare his team to win. It's not important about what he says about the last games. I'm very weary about this upcoming match. Not only our situation, obviously our players have had 2 days off. Thomas Tuchel specifically gave the players 2 days off straight after Brighton. And he was asked, how the players feeling, are they refreshed? And he said, look, hopefully they're refreshed, and it was good to deconnect. It was good to sort of just go away from each other. Maybe the group just needed to not see each other a little bit. It just got to that point. But he also said, 2 days are not going to be enough. 2 days are not going to be enough to fix everything. So I'm weary. I'm weary about our morale. I'm weary about our form, confidence level. And then the fact that Spurs had such an amazing victory against Leicester right at the end. Look, let's be honest. I watched that game. They didn't deserve to lose, Spurs. They were actually playing really good in that particular game. They were just unlucky. Probably a draw was a good result because Leicester did counter well. But the fact that they won right at the end, in the final minutes, I think 79 seconds to score 2 goals by Bergwijn, they're going to be buzzing. And they're going to be here to try and rectify the situation that they've lost 3 times against us this season. So, twice in the Carabao Cup, once earlier in the season at their home ground. Now they're obviously going to be in Stamford Bridge. So they're going to try and rectify this situation. We better have the right mentality moving into this game. And Thomas Tuchel talks about the mentality. We'll touch on that very, very soon. Thomas Tuchel, it's about delivering right mood and attitude to deliver a top performance. I want to show you the next one. I think he talks about how the Brighton game wasn't the best one. Thomas Tuchel in recent form, not for a couple matches, just for Brighton. After the loss versus Man City and playing 2 days later, I could feel from myself and the team that the emotion took over. Maybe frustration, disappointment. It was hard for us to reach top level. Man City, apparently the attitude was right. I still think the way we played was so poor. If that was the strategy, I'm not really sure whether the team actually carried out Thomas Tuchel's strategy perfectly. But he goes on to say that Brighton, the mentality was wrong. And it showed. Brighton absolutely dominated us. And you can see Hakim Ziyech not celebrating. The players, there was a lot of disengagement in the players. You can tell. You can see what was going on. Hakim Ziyech and Romelu Lukaku having a bit of an argument as well. So I'm happy that Thomas Tuchel has come out and said that the mentality wasn't right for that game. But we can't have that. Premier League games, we better be ready. We cannot have that. And that, I feel, is on Thomas Tuchel to ensure these players are always on top mentality moving into each Premier League games. It's just important. If we come up short mentally against Spurs for the upcoming match, we're going to get done. Because you better know Antonio Conte will bring the game. Thomas Tuchel and Romelu Lukaku. I don't know if I can explain it. Lack of touches. He was asked about why Romelu Lukaku is having so less touches. I think there was a stat past 2 games. Romelu Lukaku touched only 8 times in the first 45 minutes, which is insane. Whether the teammates are willing to pass to him, whether they're not noticing his runs, I don't know what's going on. There is something going on internally, and I hope we try and rectify that situation. It's rare in football if you have a problem, one thing solution. It's a mix of a lot of influences. In the moment he struggles, we talked about it. He's not the only one we rely to win. I love, once again, how Thomas Tuchel handles the Lukaku situation. And as I said, he's a bit fed up with all these Lukaku questions as well. At the end of the day, we as a fan base need to understand it's not all about Lukaku. There are other players that are not doing well as well. And it's a team sport. Romelu Lukaku is never going to be the only guy for Chelsea Football Club. Chelsea Football Club, last it was Eden Hazard, to be honest. We don't have that level of player right now. So it's all about the team now. As Thomas Tuchel said previously in the last post-match conference, or I think it was in the press conference against Brighton, he said one man is not going to serve, 10 players ain't going to serve one player. It's simple as that. It's a team sport. And then we just need to understand this as quickly as possible. Thomas Tuchel, if you play, work for Chelsea, you give your best on a daily basis. The moment you judge, prioritize, you lose track what brings you to Chelsea. Being competitive every day. The next game is always the most important. Absolutely right. Thomas Tuchel, we'll never judge importance of a game. We will select teams, make sure the atmosphere is right on daily basis to increase chance of winning games. I think this was when he was asked about whether he would prioritize, in the future, like cup games, Carabao Cup final coming up, Club World Cup coming up, FA Cup games, Champions League games, is Premier League. Now that we are so far away from Man City, is a huge priority. For me, it's still a massive priority. We need to still ensure to come at least second. If we can't come first, come at least second. The second spot is still up for grabs. We need to do our level best. be number 2 team in the Premier League. We shouldn't be thinking that we have a squad to be able to play across all sorts of competition. If we start prioritizing this over the other, what's the point of having such a deep squad? Yeah, the squad may not be the greatest, but it is what it is. We need to be able to compete. Thomas Tuchel and Antonio Rudiger's future. I was full of praise for him. I've said how many times how important he is. The talks and negotiations are ongoing, so no news. Rudiger then goes on. I'll come back to this, by the way. Some crazy stuff happening there, which you guys are going to be very, very interested to know. A little bit about Antonio Rudiger. This is what he had to say, Sky Sports. Antonio Rudiger not letting Chelsea future rumours affect his football. I find it easy to do because these are not only words that I'm saying that are fully committed to the cause. I think I've shown he has shown he's not letting this contract extension situation take over him. He's putting in the hard yards every single match. He's the hardest worker. There's no doubt. Alongside Thiago Silva. There were also much worse times than this. So for me, I find it easy. I'm focused on what is happening here on the pitch. I owe it to everyone here around the club, the coach, my teammates, my family. That's why for me, I'm only focused about the important things. I love it. I love it. This is why, honestly, ladies and gentlemen, I'm a bit annoyed that we still can't get this situation sorted. And now we're talking about Ousmane Dembele, the kind of wages he's going to be earning. He's already on approximately about 210K per week in Barcelona. That's the reported scenario. That this was reported a couple of years ago. So he could be on more wages with Barcelona. And if he comes to Chelsea, there's no way he's taking a pay cut. He's coming for more money. And the fact that we're able to give more money to Ousmane Dembele, who's injury prone, he's got a history. Look at what he's doing with Barcelona off field now. And we're looking to give him more money. Of course, we're going to give him more money, or else why he would entertain coming here. Yet we can't find the money to give to Rudiger, which is crazy. Crazy. He's one of the most important players, if not the most. And then he's a leader as well. He's been one of the best players for us this season. So much so, I'd probably put him as Chelsea Player of the Season so far. He'd have to be very close. One of the Chelsea Players of the Year. And the fact that we can't get this sorted and give him the money is quite mad. Honestly, it is mad. Okay, now, ladies and gentlemen, that was all about the press conference. These are some other news that's flying around. Chelsea are in talks with Derby County for left-back Dylan Williams. Who is this brother Dylan Williams? Apparently, this is happening. He's some sort of an 18-year-old. I'll show you guys the profile very soon. Derby County boss Wayne Rooney. We've agreed a fee with a Premier League club for Dylan Williams. I couldn't stand in the way of this opportunity. It's incredible. Chelsea are in advanced talks with Derby County for Dylan Williams, who is being eyed to fix a problem position at left wing back in the academy teams. In the academy teams, is it in the academy teams or is it actually for Chelsea? I'm a bit confused. It's not a done deal yet. Why are we trying to fix left wing back for the academy teams? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, basically, this is Dylan Williams, ladies and gentlemen. Let me see if I can just increase that a little bit. He doesn't even have a picture in Transfer Market website. That's how much we know about this player. 18 years old. Contract expires June 30th, so we're getting him. It could be a very, very small fee. 200,000 euros is what his value is. But he's a left-sided player, left back, left mid, central mid. I don't know. We're buying players for the academy, or are we buying? I don't know what's going on. Honestly, you tell me. You tell me what's happening. It's all a bit strange. We should be looking at first team players. Is this guy coming in as a first? Oh, it's a mess. It's a mess. I don't want to get into the details of it. I mean, we're on 22nd January. I'm on 22nd January. You guys are going to be on 22nd January very soon, and we still can't get this sorted out. Thomas Tuchel still hoping to bring at least one addition before January window closes, which with left wing back the priority position. I mean, I have nothing else to say about the Chelsea board, honestly. We need to understand, if we're ever going to compete for the Premier League title, we have to start operating at a far better level, far better level. 22nd January, and we still haven't sorted out a left wing back when we've known Chilwell was injured from end of November. It's incompetency. Reece James as well, from December onwards, he was injured. We still can't sort out a right wing back. It's incompetency. We've played so many matches without these wing backs, and it's affected us massively, to the point where now the pressure's on Thomas Tuchel. It's not fair. It's not fair one bit. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know what your thoughts are about the press conference, the reactions, or the quotes. Let me know about Dylan Williams. Do you know anything about him? What's going on there? How you feel about, coming up to 22nd January and still no business? Dembele as well. Let me know your thoughts. Hope you've enjoyed this. Smash the like button if you're here for the first time. Subscribe, hit the bell notification. We're very, very close to 10,000 subscribers. Let's get there. We shall see you for the preview. Please make sure, hit the bell notification. 11 a.m. UK, approximately at that time. We'll do the preview live. Make sure you're there. We'd love to see you guys there. The interaction will be amazing as well. And then, whole heap of content. Watch-alongs, reviews, truth bombs. I don't know. Could have some truth bombs coming up as well. Live sessions. So we'll see you guys very, very soon. Take care.